Are you an expert in your field, or do you provide professional services and consultation? Do you have knowledge that someone would be willing to pay for? Do you know how to monetize that knowledge and turn it into a sustainable online business? You're not alone. Many professionals find it challenging to create a profitable online business around their expertise. But now, there's a solution. Subscribe to the Customer Skills Consultation app waitlist and download the Knowledge Monetization Toolkit packed with practical strategies and real-world examples that will help you monetize your skills, knowledge, and create a sustainable online income. Whether you're a coach, consultant, author, speaker, teacher, or any other type of expert, this ebook will give you the tools and guidance you need to succeed. Don't wait any longer to monetize your knowledge. Join our waitlist now and take the first step towards creating a sustainable online income. Visit www.cashmyskills.com.
This helps keeps track of my work personally. Then opposite to team collaboration and planning, this is where I get to sync up with other designers, to plan, brainstorm on our next project. Then opposite to design work, where this is where the actual work is being done. Then after we're done with the design work, then we do the design reviews. This is where we sync up with the product owner, where we get to review and access our designs. Yes. How would you tell someone? Yeah, if you are considering to join Momentum, there is a whole lot for you to learn. The support here is massive, even when you don't ask for it. Whenever a team member notices you're struggling with something, they are always there to help you. So you get exposed to hands-on projects and practicals. So every time you're working, there's someone eyeballing your work. Make sure you're not stuck at any point in time. So Join Momentum is the place for you to help bring your hope alive in tech.
Are you an expert in your field, or do you provide professional services and consultation? Do you have knowledge that someone would be willing to pay for? Do you know how to monetize that knowledge and turn it into a sustainable online business? You're not alone. Many professionals find it challenging to create a profitable online business around their expertise. But now, there's a solution. Subscribe to the Customer Skills Consultation app waitlist and download the Knowledge Monetization Toolkit packed with practical strategies and real-world examples that will help you monetize your skills, knowledge, and create a sustainable online income. Whether you're a coach, consultant, author, speaker, teacher, or any other type of expert, this ebook will give you the tools and guidance you need to succeed. Don't wait any longer to monetize your knowledge. Join our waitlist now and take the first step towards creating a sustainable online income. Visit www.cashmyskills.com.
Can you hear me now? You see? There you go. All right. You guys can hear me now. Please say hello if you can hear me. I've been talking to myself. All right. Let me know if you can hear me, ladies and gentlemen, and let me know where you're joining me from. There you go. All right. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Claire. Claire says, yeah. So you guys can hear me clearly. That's good. Um, Give me a second. I'm just gonna shut my window. I'm here. I'm getting some feedback from my window there. Okay, I'm back. Okay, somebody is joining me from Manchester. Yes, I love Manchester. I love Manchester. I love Manchester people. How are you guys doing in Manchester? In fact, tell me, what's the weather like in Manchester? I want to know what's happening in Manchester, like weather-wise. I know Manchester weather is always interesting. So what's happening in Manchester? Is it raining? Is it cloudy? Some Oh no, Claire said appalling weather. Oh no, appalling weather. Oh no, sorry about that. I know Manchester weather is interesting. My time in Manchester, I remember we used to say Manchester is Rainchester. But you know what? We love Manchester like that. We love Manchester like that. Okay. Let's get into the gist tonight. Guys, if you're on Instagram, let me know where you're dialing from. Oh, I can see Tokumbo there from Surrey. Yeah. What's happening in Surrey? I hope Surrey's weather is not like Manchester weather tonight. Tell me what the weather looks like in your side of the world. If it's bright, humid, warm, cold, cloudy, raining, let me know in the chat. All right. So, um, my conversation tonight is actually very interesting. So I'm just going to get into it. Please let us use. Okay, it's sunny but cold in Surrey. Wow. Okay, so Surrey is sunny but cold. Okay, that's not too bad. I think that sounds a bit more better than Manchester. Has rained and it's cloudy now. All right. Listen, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. My name is Victor Sonde. For those who haven't met me, or if this is your first time coming on this live audience series with me, I choose or we talk about different topics depending on what people ask me or people want me to, bring to the show. So tonight, I will be talking about how to avoid career frustration in the UK. How to avoid career frustration in the UK. Um, is an interesting one. So I'm just going to try and share some of my own ideas and tips, having coached so many people over the years in the UK. So tonight, what I'll be doing is I will be sharing some tips with you about, what I think you should do. Some of these things I'll be talking to you about. Some of them I come across as a bit controversial, and that's the whole point. So let me know your thoughts as I start talking about these things. Let me know what you think about them, and then I mean it'll be good to see whether my views are valid or whether I don't know whatever. But my views are my views, your views are your views, and we can all disagree to agree on, agree to disagree, whatever. But the most important thing is I want all of us to learn from the session tonight. Okay. So let's get into it. Um, Let me check my, yeah, okay, we're still good. Hang on, my screen seems to be frozen. Bear with me. I need to. I'll refresh my screen. Looks like can everyone still hear me? Looks like my network is a bit flaky. Am I back online? Please let me know if you can still hear me in the chat. Looks like my network is shaky. Okay, you guys can hear me. You can see me. Right. Yes, you can hear me. Can you see me? For some reason, I'm not able to. Okay, let's try. Loud and clear. Okay. Can you see my slides? I'm trying to share my slides, but it looks like it's gone off. Okay, let's see. Something's not. Let's see what's going on. Don't worry. The tech is playing up on me, but I'm gonna make it work. I'm not sure why my screen is completely frozen. I can't seem to. Okay, all right. Looks like we are back online. So my topic tonight is how to avoid career frustrations in the UK. Now, this is an interesting topic, you see, and I want to take some time to tell you the background, the context to this. At the moment in the UK, so many people are frustrated. So many people are frustrated, career-wise. And I will try and focus on immigrants, especially immigrants. If you are familiar with, or if you follow, the news, or you see what people say on social media, you probably will understand what I'm talking about, because many people have come to the UK with the hopes of starting a career, relocating, settling in the UK, picking up a job, you know. But unfortunately, based on the statistics and number, many people are not really making or actualizing that dream or that desire when it comes to settling and building a career all over in the UK. What's even more frustrating about this is that a lot of these people, immigrants, a lot of this population are not people that are like almost starting from the scratch, or they don't have any experience. A lot of these people are people with experience. they have worked for years, minimum 3, 4, 5, 6, something even 10, 20 years in their respective countries where they have come from, and they have decided to move themselves and their families to the UK, whether for study, whether for work, whether for business, for whatever reason, with the hope that they will be able to, secure a job and settle in the UK. But what we are beginning to see is that a lot of these things are not, they don't happen. They don't materialize, unfortunately, for many reasons, of course, for many reasons. But the one I want to, I want to highlight first of all is the fact that um, before you relocate to the UK, I think it's important that you listen to this kind of conversation. Okay, listen to this kind of conversation. Whatever mode or whatever way you decide to relocate, it really doesn't matter. But the information that you consume or you produce in order to make that decision to relocate to Japa, that information is very important. If somebody has told you that there is job all over the UK when you come, you just snap it up. That is a lie. It is not true. I'm telling you now, it is not true. And anybody can go and quote me anywhere. In fact, I was watching somebody on Instagram, or was it TikTok, today actually, and she was jubilating. She was excited that she has spent 2 years in the UK and she has been frustrated. And she was excited because she was relocating back with her family to Nigeria. Yeah. And I know that there's so many people that in that category. I mean, she decided to make it public, putting it on social media. But there's so many people that have codedly or quietly just moved back, to wherever they have come from, whether it's Nigeria, whether it's India, whether it's Pakistan, whether it's Ghana, because the frustration um, in terms of career frustration has not allowed them to be able to settle in the UK. The sad part is, unfortunately, in order to relocate or in order to move and emigrate to the UK, it costs a lot of money. Moving and relocating to the UK is not cheap. It's not child's play, right? So this is an important topic we need to talk about. To come to the UK, they will tell you all sorts of things to collect your money. The agencies or the consultancies that people use, or the immigration solicitors or the lawyers, they will tell you all sorts of things just to tell you that the UK is beautiful. Yes, UK is nice. UK is beautiful. I live in the UK. I enjoy the UK. I've been blessed to be in the UK. But the truth of the matter is that there is a lot of things right now that don't quite match up with the expectations that immigrants have, especially immigrants. Even people who are citizens of the UK are feeling the heat, the economic pressure and issues all over the place. So you need to come up, there needs to be a different strategy if you want to avoid frustrations when it comes to your career in this country, in the UK. And that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. Now, before I go into all of that, let me know what you think first. Do you agree with me? Okay, my slide is working now. Just testing my slides. Do you agree what I just said? Do you know anybody who has relocated to the UK, and or do you have an experience with this type of scenario that I just shared? Let me know in the chat what you think. I know that relocation to the UK is expensive. It is expensive. Um, and a lot of people come and they spend, a lot of money to move yourself, your children, your wife, your spouse, whatever. There's a lot of money. And then you come, and then 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, you haven't been able to secure a job. So it's important that, we should talk about this thing. All right. For those who do not know, I am the Chief Product Officer at Join Momentum. Join Momentum, we have a mission to accelerate digital talent, and we do this along with also increasing business productivity. We do this through practical work experiences, training, internships, and talent placement. Through our efforts, we deliver innovative products and solutions that address our user needs and also create value for our candidates, our clients, and our stakeholders. Okay? If you are looking for work, okay? If you are looking for work, I didn't say if you're looking for training. Let's be very clear. Now, a lot of people pay for training. This is still why I'm going to get into some of the things tonight. This is why I'm having this conversation. A lot of people think that, oh, once I relocate to the UK, all I have to do is just do some training, and then the job will be waiting for me. Or all I have to do is just, get some certifications under my belt, and boom, I will get a job like that. But the data and the reality is obvious, telling us that that is not the case. It's not happening. For so many people, it is not happening. Okay, so at Join Momentum, our own approach is slightly different. What we offer is a job, right? We offer you a job to work with us as an intern. It's an unpaid job role, but what you get is way beyond training. I keep telling people, stop spending a lot of your money. This economy right now, what we are dealing with right now, it is not enough to carry your hard-earned money and to go and you pay for training and pay for some certification and think that that is going to do magic. Or somebody is telling you that they will train you and they will give you some, they will just give you some fictitious things on your CV and just panel build and just pile everything together and make it look like, trust me, it's no longer cutting it, right? You need the real deal. You need the real deal on your CV. You need the real experience. You need a portfolio. Okay. So that's why I said if you're looking for work, right, that money you are carrying to go and pay for training, don't waste it. Sponsor yourself 30% and apply for career accelerator placement program at Join Momentum. We have roles, as you can see on my screen, from user research to product manager, scrum master, backend developer, anything digital, DevOps engineer, business architect, whatever. Just apply and we will be able to support you. We have a program equivalent to this where we provide 100% sponsorship for our, which is called Global Digital Internship Program. The tuition is £5,000. The Career Accelerator Placement provides you 70% sponsorship of that. So you only have to pay 30%. And this is work. This is work. This is not training or by PowerPoint. No, this is not. This is work, real work experience, right? One of our products that you will start hearing us talk about a lot more is the Growth Academy. If you want to take training, this is not job. This is practical training that is simulated. Check us on Growth Academy. It's growthacademy.joinmomentum.co.uk. growthacademy.joinmomentum.co.uk. This is what the website looks like. Go there. We currently have a product management mastery book that we are running a mentorship cohort in May. You can still sign up for it. It's £299, cheap. It's not as expensive as all those training you go and pay thousands of money for that you get a certificate that doesn't quite add any value to you. You need to get yourself into a proper mentorship and experience-based training or coaching or mentoring, whatever it is, that will give you value, that would add to you, not beyond the certificate, beyond the paper. Right? So let's get into the conversation. Are people still with me? Let me see. On Instagram. Yeah. Has anybody experienced career frustrations before? Have you been, or do you know anyone who had experienced career frustrations? I was giving you a gist earlier before I did my normal announcements about, especially in the UK, what a lot of people are dealing with. I saw a video last week of a lady, I think she's a coach, she's a trainer, and she was calling out the fact that the UK is stylishly, I don't know if I can still find the video. The UK is stylishly what's the word she used in the video? The UK is stylishly destroying people's careers and their confidence. And I don't think, I mean, I don't totally agree that the UK is doing that because before somebody comes to the UK, you make your decision to come to the UK. Yeah, it is your decision. The UK did not force you to come and, or the UK government did not force you to come and pay to relocate to their country. So on that note, I don't totally agree. But also, there's some element of truth in what she said in that video, and I like the fact that she said she's saying it as it is. The truth is that a lot of people's confidence have been affected. Unfortunately, I mentor so many people, I coach so many people, and I'm saying this. I mean, I know this is a public space, so I'm not missing my words. I'm saying that a lot of people's confidence and mental health even have been affected as a result of frustrations, expectations that they've had, or things that they have heard, maybe in the news or in the media or from their friends or from whoever, you know, and they expect or they thought when they come in here into the UK is all, hunky dory, fix your CV, the normal stuff, send out 5 million CVs, and then, one will stick. It doesn't, and that's no longer, it's not working. Yeah, thank you. Somebody say yes in the chat. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for understanding what I'm saying and you are agreeing what I'm saying, that it is a real thing. Um, Somebody said, oh, there you go. Thank you for being honest with me tonight, guys. I really appreciate this. You can see in the chat, guys. Um, Somebody said, been made redundant twice in the space of 8 months. Geez, that is, I don't know what to say. That is like, oof, serious, man. Been made redundant twice in 8 months. And that is not somebody who's just trying to start a career or somebody who's new. That is an experienced person. And within the space of 8 months, they have been made redundant twice. Tell me what else can be more frustrating than that? And you know what's the annoying part is you still have to pay your bills, you still have to pay your tax, you have to pay the bills, the rent, the gas, they don't stop, do they? They don't. Yeah. I'm really sorry that you've had to deal with that. I'm really sorry. And this is why we're having this conversation tonight. This is why we're having this conversation tonight. I really want to, try and share some of my own thoughts. And some of the things I will be talking about tonight, maybe they will be more applicable to, there you go, an experienced business analyst with over 6 years experience, right? And within the space of 8 months, be made redundant. Tell me what else can be more frustrating than that? And imagine somebody who has just come into the UK and they don't even have this 6 years or 8 years experience. Yeah. And they think that it's like that. They will just do a BA training from somewhere, or somebody just, you know, tell them how to do BA, how to present, how to do, and they think that is it. No, you actually need a lot more than that. Okay, you need a lot more than that. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to share tonight is that I want to share the fact that we need to start leveraging cultural communities, and this is mostly for immigrants. This is mostly for immigrants. If you do not know, now I can see that there is for example, there is a Nigerian community on Twitter. There are communities based on cultural affiliations. There are societies or communities based on career affiliations, maybe DevOps communities, or design community, or business analysis community. A lot of them on Facebook, a lot of them on Twitter now. You can join them, and you'll be surprised that you will find opportunities in this space where there are people there who will share information that is not available to the public. So, for example, I've seen communities where a developer that is part of that community has an opportunity, or there's an opportunity within their own organization for a React developer, and they will go to that community and say, "Oh, we are looking for React developers. If you're available and you are maybe based in the UK, just send me a CV, or send your CV to this address, or apply here." So I think it's time we need to start taking these cultural communities seriously. That is my first tip tonight. If you know what I'm talking about, give me a shout. Let me know in the chat. If you, I know there's a Nigerian in the UK community. I've seen in Nigeria, in the UAE community. I've seen Nigeria in Canada community. I've seen Nigeria in Italy, Germany. So let's build these communities. I'm a Nigerian, so that's why maybe I can see those Nigerian communities. If you are Ghanaian, if you are, I don't know, Kenyan, search for Kenyan communities and, post it there that, hey guys, I'm your brother, I'm your sister, I'm looking for, this type, if your company is looking for a BA or you're looking for a product manager, please send me or reach out to me or let me know or send me a DM, that kind of thing. I think we should start taking these cultural communities a lot more seriously. And speaking of cultural communities, and like I said, most of my points tonight will be more towards the immigrants. I'm speaking to people who have you have migrated to the UK and you are looking for opportunities like this. If you do not know about these communities, then ask, please find out. The other thing around speaking about cultural community as well is that on YouTube, there are also influencers that are community focused. Am I making sense? There are YouTubers. I mean, I don't know if I mentioned earlier. Very soon, I'm gonna be on YouTube. My channel is ready, but a lot of my content will start going to my YouTube channel. So this is one YouTuber in the making. YouTuber in the making. But I mean, before I digress too much, my point is there are YouTube influencers or YouTube creators who are community focused. Go to their channel, subscribe to their channel. For example, there is a guy that I follow who is focused on development. His content is about how developers can thrive, how developers can stay ahead of the game, how developers can, build their careers. And he has a huge followership on his newsletter and on his YouTube. So what I do sometimes is if I can't follow, I can't read his YouTube I can't, sorry, watch his YouTube video. I read his newsletter. He sends newsletters about the new video he's going to publish. The ones I find interesting about developer relations or developer information, I go and watch it. I go and listen. And it talks about developer careers, developer business as an engineer and all that type of stuff. So check on YouTube as well. Another place where you can leverage cultural community is Reddit. Reddit, right, guys? Check all these things out. Go on Reddit and find communities that are aligned to not just your culture, but also your discipline, okay? Your job area. Maybe you're looking for, okay, yeah, I can see in the chat, somebody says there is a channel called Nigeria in Manchester. There you go. I don't know. Yeah, I never knew about that. There you go. So thank you for sharing that. That Nigerians in Manchester. So guys, leverage these cultural communities. And we really, really need to, if you are, and let me say this here now, if you are a community influencer, or you are a community facilitator, or you are a community moderator, please, I am putting an appeal to you, help your people to thrive. I know that that is the most likely, that is the goal that you are pursuing. But please, if people really need help, let's check on them and let's be sure that these people who are within my community are actually, they're thriving and they're achieving the purposes for which they follow me. Maybe you are driving a cultural community, help your people to thrive. If you are a member of a community and you find information that might not even be necessarily helpful for you, but is helpful for somebody or might be helpful for somebody within your cultural community, share it there, post it there. Let them go and apply for it. Let them go and try their luck. Okay? We need to start leveraging cultural communities. Okay? It is super important. The next one I want to talk about is accent modification. Yay. This one is an interesting one. Ah, you see, not many people will agree with this because I think it's an interesting one, maybe controversial even. Um, Research suggests that individuals with certain accents may face discrimination. So it might be necessary to adapt your speech patterns to align with local norms. and this might just improve your career prospect. Now, like I said, this tonight, my tips tonight are different, and some of them might come across controversial. If you don't agree, or I mean, I want to know what people think about this. Actually, would you modify your accent, to improve your chances or reduce frustration when it comes to your career? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know what you think about this. Would you modify your accent? And you know what I mean? You start, honestly, as much as this might look like a very little thing, it's a big deal. Some people I know will go to any length. By the time you arrive in London or you arrive in between a week or two, then the accent is already a London accent, right? So, but some people have really strong accents. Yeah, some people have really strong accents, honestly, that I don't know. I think there is actually there is accent modification therapy or classes. I've not been to any, but I know that if you Google or if you search online on YouTube or something like that, you will find people who teach you how to pronounce certain things. For example, I still struggle with the H factor, like it's a Nigerian thing, I guess, but I still struggle with it to a degree. Like I put H in almost everything I say, right? And I don't know if it's one of those accent anomalies that I've decided to or give up on. But the bottom line remains the fact that when somebody calls you on the phone, right? The last thing you want to be doing is to be saying, sorry, what did you say? It's not good, is it? It breaks down the communication. It creates a barrier between you and that person. Or maybe you are saying something, and the person is saying, "Sorry, I didn't get that. What did you say?" By the time the person says that like two or three times, you know that the conversation is not really going as it should be. It will require some extra special grace for that thing to pan through as expected, if you know what I mean. Yeah, thank you. Somebody is saying very correct. Yeah, very correct. Accent is a big deal. And some people have this very strong, conk accent that even when your fellow brothers are speaking to you, like, oh my God, this accent, can it really work? So if you know that you're one of those people, or if you don't even know, some people are not even aware that they have a strong accent. When I said strong accent, I'm talking of your mother tongue or your local or dialect, right? Even when you speak English, it comes across in your spoken English, yeah, in your spoken words. Some people don't even know. What I would suggest to you is to ask your friend, do you think I have a do you think I have an accent? Yeah? Do you think I have an accent? Or do you think what do you think about my communication? Honestly, you might not know. Okay. And I like what this person said. I can see a comment in the chat says speak clearly. Yes, some roles, especially working as a user researcher, you need to adapt your accent. I love that tip. You see, right? I'm so my tip tonight is not as controversial. Thank you, Phil Gane. Thank you for that. I love it. Honestly. And if you are one of those, I like this tip. Honestly, I'll keep it here for now. If you're one of those that maybe you have a really conk accent, you're not sure, just slow down. Slow down your pace of conversation and speak clearly. Pronounce your words better, clearly and slowly. Maybe not too slowly, like boring slowly, or you know tiring slowly, like pace yourself, basically. And like this person suggested here, if we're gonna, I think like there's some roles that require you to speak with people a lot. There's some jobs that you really have to speak with people. One of them is the one is suggested as a user researcher. You're going to be asking a lot of people questions. You're going to be going out to research and to conduct interviews, customer interviews, and all that type of stuff. And you really need to adapt your accent. You need to adapt your tone. You need to adapt intonations. You need to improve your vocabulary. Yeah, it might come across. This is not to say that your English or your whatever vocabulary is terrible, but because you have moved into this space, it's important that you make these adjustments. Yeah. Um, I've spoken to some people, and by the time they open their mouth and they just speak, you'll be like, wow, 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 wow. And they'll be like, yeah, I want to become a user researcher. Ha! You will know that as a mentor, you have a huge assignment. That the assignment is not just that one is not training or no, that is not training. That is something the person has to work on, on an individual basis. Okay, so thank you so much for this. Has anybody also seen this? I mean, if you've been through this, or you know what I'm talking about, you've had to adjust your accent. Let me know in the chat. Have you had to adjust your accent at all? Maybe for a job or for an interview. Let me check on. I'm looking at my Instagram feed. I want to hear what people think. Anyone, if you agree with this or not, or you think, oh no, I'm just cool. They should just deal with it. If they can't hear me, they can't hear me. They can hear me, they can hear me, or if I can't hear them, I can't hear them. Right? Again, about accent. The other thing about accent, before I move to my next point, is also about hearing, listening to what people are saying. Yeah, what the way people pronounce things, the people say things, and you don't want to be saying so you might need to find a way to maybe catch up on the kind of vocabulary, the kind of things people say, so that you can easily catch up on conversations and all whatnot. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about, this one is interesting. Name adaptation. Name adaptation. Research indicates that individuals with foreign sounding names, and listen, this is just an indication. It doesn't mean that it's like 100% true. But again, if it's not happening, research will not find it out. People with foreign sounding names may face discrimination in the hiring process. So it might be better for you to use more culturally neutral or anglicized version of your name. This could improve your chances of securing interviews. Some people will not like this one, but it's true. It's true. Has anybody experienced this? Have you had to adapt your name? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Somebody said name adaptation. Tokubo said name adaptation. Yes, name adaptation. Let me know what you think about that. It's an interesting one. If your name is difficult to pronounce or difficult to understand, I've seen that people struggle to pronounce my last name, for example, and sometimes when they pronounce, I have to correct them. I still have to do. But again, I do it not feeling like they are trying to mess up my name. I don't take offense at all. It's my name. I'm proud of my name. But what I decide to do is to find a way to make it easier for them to pronounce my name. All right. So, for example, my first name is Long. So I use my middle name for interactions and engagement and work and everything. So when people say Victor, they can easily just, that's what I've done. I've used the more culturally neutral version of my name. And I know that most people have like some form of anglicized version of names. So if you're one of those people that you're like, well, this is my name, well, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't need to change your name. Your name is your name. You have the right to that. Okay. But I'm just sharing this point to say it might have an influence or an impact, on your ability to secure interviews or secure jobs or even collaborate or work with people. So you might, if you have, in fact, another idea is if you have a name that is, maybe you think your name is a bit long, or maybe people struggle to pronounce your name, you can have a shorter version of your name, right? You can have like an abbreviation version and then a main one. So people say, oh, my name is Jonathan, then call me John or call me Johnny, then makes it to be more easier for people to pronounce your name. So name adaptation is a big one. Let me know in the chat what you guys think about name adaptation. Name adaptation. Has this ever been an issue for anyone? Has anyone ever experienced something like this, where you think because of your name, you know, there might be opportunities you are missing or you might have missed? Let me know in the chat, please. This is why we have it. We're all learning, and that's why I'm bringing up this interesting point. Okay, I will move on, and I'll come back to name adaptation. The next one I want to talk about is how to highlight global perspective. Okay, now this one is an interesting one, and when you are interviewing or you are giving examples, okay, maybe somebody is calling you and they're asking you what have you done before, or maybe you are giving examples in your portfolio, or maybe you are sharing experience. It's important that you want to uh, see your diverse perspective or the global perspective as an advantage, not necessarily as a disadvantage. I know that in the UK, employers will tell you that the reason why you have not been considered is because you don't have UK work experience. I know that is a thing in the UK. They will say the reason why you are not being considered for this job, or the reason why you don't, is because you do not have UK work experience. All right. But let me say this here. Whilst it is important to have UK experience, I don't agree that your uh, global or international experience is a waste or should be thrown away or should be discarded altogether just because you have emigrated to work and live in the UK. Okay, I'll say that again. The fact that the UK ecosystem requires you to have UK work experience, and whilst it is important for you to find a way to secure some experience from a UK organization or UK company, I don't agree that your background or your prior or previous work experiences should be thrown away or discarded altogether. The world is becoming a global place. Some companies, even now, they respect the fact that you are bringing an international exposure or a different perspective into their business. So I would say that don't let that be a barrier, or don't let that hold you down, because that's the reason why some people are really frustrated. I've spoken to people who will say that, oh, but this is the kind of experience I have done before. This is the kind of place I worked before. And if I only put that on my CV, nobody's going to hire me. They're not going to even listen to me, blah, 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 blah. Well, that is true to an extent. That's what I'm saying. But again, it doesn't make it true that your experience that you've had in those places are not relevant or will never be relevant. Okay? What I would recommend generally is to say is that if you have uh, if you have worked in a place, let's say for example, you work in, I don't know, maybe a bank in Lagos, Nigeria, and now you are trying to apply to become, I don't know, a project manager in the UK. What I will always recommend is, are there any transferable skills from the job that you did in that Lagos, Nigerian bank, whatever, that are going to be effective or useful in this your new job role? Does that make sense? So those are the things you need to highlight. And I think I've done a video on this. I've done an episode on this before. How to take stock of your transferable skills. Listen, let me say this again. I'm not saying take stock of your job title, because that's one big mistake a lot of people make. You will think that because you have been called project manager in Nigeria, so that means automatically the only job you can do in the UK is project manager. No, 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 no. That is not true. Don't let job titles to don't let them box you or box your mind that you cannot think outside of the box. Job titles are not meant to become your the definition of your career, or the definition of your capabilities, or the total definition of your skills, right? They are just a narrative to help you do that job at that point in time for within that organization. You might be going to another organization doing the same thing with a different job title, because that is how the new company will define that role. Am I making sense? So please, it's important that our global perspectives are super important. Now, this is my last point for tonight before I finish. To avoid career frustrations, especially in the UK, I want to encourage you guys, I want to encourage everybody that's listening to this, explore entrepreneurship, right? Explore entrepreneurship. I'll tell you why. This might be a good alternative to traditional, okay, my alarm is blowing up. This might be a good alternative to traditional employment in the UK. Because imagine that you have been applying for work. Don't just throw all your eggs into one basket of CV application, morning, afternoon, night. It can be draining, it can be frustrating. Am I making sense? The whole idea is you want to earn some money, you want something to come into your account as a form of earning. And in this time and age, the internet has decentralized and given people the power and the ability to do business. So if you are one of those people, you have been applying for work and you're waiting to get, fortunately or whatever, but you have been getting unfortunately. I'm not saying that you should stop applying for a career or a job, but I'm saying that think about what can I do, right, in form of entrepreneurship that somebody can pay me for as a way for me to have a bridge, to have this buffer whilst I'm waiting for the job to arrive. Okay? Immigrants often face barriers to advancement, especially in corporate settings. So starting your own business could provide you a greater autonomy, Also, it could give you opportunities for success without necessarily relying on traditional career paths. So if you have a skill or you have ability, or even if you don't have a skill to sell, you go and research online about things you can do, that you can produce, that can, give you economic advantage. Okay, am I making sense, guys? If you're following me and you are still in the chat, and you understand what I'm saying, let me know. I'm saying that exploring entrepreneurship is an important thing. This is why I love the work that we do at Joy Momentum. The work we do in Joy Momentum is, honestly, I'm so proud of it. I'll tell you why. The people that come through our programs, even you are working as a developer, you are working as a user researcher or whatever, you are exposed to the end-to-end, value chain of a product or of a business, such that it's easier for you to see, okay, so if we do this, this will do this, and this is where the customer touch point is. And it's not just about training you to become another person that is just going to be crunching numbers, or another employee. Potential skills that people are building in Joy Momentum is actually good enough for them to take it out of Joy Momentum and go and start their own, or start something, or do something. That is the kind of empowerment I'm talking about, right? That is the kind of exposure that everybody should be getting. Don't go and carry your money and be paying for training. Somebody trains you and sends you 500 PowerPoint slides, and then that's it, and you get a certificate, and you've passed an exam because you crammed some stuff. Please, let's begin to explore alternative ways that can generate revenue for you. Okay? Explore alternatives that can make money for you. In fact, somebody asked me during this session, I did one, the last one. I was talking about global talent visa. I was talking about business visa, immigration, and all that type of stuff. And somebody was asking me, what kind of businesses can I do in the UK as a way to generate income? I'm going to actually, I was dilly-dallying between speaking about that topic and this one. So maybe my next live session, I will talk about, business ideas and, things I believe that you guys, everybody should be able to start from your home. Start from your home. There are people now that are cooking food and from their kitchen, you are cooking food and you are selling it on what's it called? Deliveroo, Just Eat, and all those things. Turn your little room to your office. Turn your kitchen to an office, right? Bake cake and take it to the local community. Let them taste it. If they like it, then bake once every week and tell them that it's £1 for whatever, or £10 or £5, and you'll be surprised. Go and get a little stall at your community's local market that runs every Thursday, and buy something from Amazon and sell it on retail there. You'll be surprised. It might not be a lot of money, but these things will give you value whilst you are waiting for your job that you keep applying for. I'm not saying stop applying for work, but explore other ways that can generate income for you so that you are not frustrated, or so that you can minimize the frustrations. I don't know if I'm making sense. I mean, this is my personal opinion. Personally speaking, I've been working for my career over 20 years, 20, 22, 20 something years, right? There's never been a time in my career where I have only had my job as my source of income. Never, right? I wanted to build a career. I didn't set out to start to create a company that is whatever. But now I think I'm on that path, right? So my point is, always think of ways. For example, if you are good at teaching, start teaching. Create a course and start promoting it. Honestly, I have taught so many people who have come through Joy Momentum, through my Waymaker Digital, and many of them are trainers and coaches and whatever today. Does that make me a less of a trainer, less of a coach? No, no, it doesn't. We can all do this. Am I making sense? If you are good, you have built experience in a particular area. Honestly, open up shop and say, now, if you want to become what I know, let me teach you. I know I'm not saying it's easy, but these are things that you can do to minimize frustration. So look for ways that, in fact, I think we need to spend time more on this entrepreneurship topic, honestly, because it's one area that a lot of people are not really, maybe as a result of lack of guidance or mentorship or information or clarity. A lot of people are not exploring, a lot of people are not exploring this area very well. Okay, because all of us, everybody's applying for work and waiting for CV to come and the phone call to come and say, yes, this is it. But whilst you are waiting for that, what are you doing with your skill? What are you doing with your talent? What are you doing with your time? There's many things we can do. Many things you can do. Okay. So it's my last point for tonight. In fact, like I said, I'm going to bring up this entrepreneurship one more. Somebody asked the question the last time, and I'm going to delve deeper into it and even give you some ideas and tips, and especially for people in the UK. The world is a global place now, so it's even a lot more interesting to do business. Let me see on Instagram. Somebody says yes, multiple sources of income. Yes, multiple sources of income. 100%. 100%. Somebody says, come and buy what I'm selling. Absolutely. Yeah. We all of us should be selling something. We should be selling something to ourselves, or to one another, or to the world. You should be producing something, and don't just consume. Okay. All right. Now, this is a statistic that I shared with some people last week, and I want to share it here. In the UK, I found this on Tech Nation, by the way. So this is from Tech Nation website. Between 20, so the pie chart on the left, so left would be your right, I guess. So on the other side, this 2019 and then 2023 comparison. It talks about the fact that foreign born founders in 2019, right? Top 100 by region in the UK. If you look at the numbers, you can see that it's increasing, right? Europe decreased from 55% to 53%. Interesting. Now, Europe decreased, of course, you will probably understand that is because of Brexit, right? That's partly, I guess, Brexit. So that's explainable. North America reduced as well from 19% to 70%. I don't know why that is. But some interesting ones here. Asian businesses stayed the same. Oceania increased, but look at Africa. Africa went up by from 1% to 4%. So that's how many, that's by how many percentage? Yeah. So multiples of whatever. So Africans are doing business and doing business more in the UK. That's what I'm trying to say, right? More so be encouraged if you are one of those you are not sure. Oh, I don't want to do business. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to sell. I don't know where to start. I don't know. Listen, people are now doing business in the UK. So Africans are doing. So that's what Start is telling you. Look at this one. Another one from, I think I got this from Technician as well. Yes. It says, while under 15% of UK residents are foreign born, 39% of the UK's fastest growing startups have at least one immigrant co-founder. Does that make sense? So in the UK, 15% of residents are born from abroad, okay? 39% of the fastest growing businesses in the UK have at least one immigrant co-founder. So what is your excuse? What is your excuse? Consider entrepreneurship, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the last point is, I've talked about cultural communities. I want to say this because there's a new initiative that I'm launching under my brand, and also getting, of course, leveraging on the Joy Momentum ecosystem. And this is working with churches and charities and cultural organizations and community groups in the UK. I want to provide free mentorship, free guidance, and free support for your members. So if you are a pastor of a church, or you are a leader of a church, or you are a leader of a community, this is me calling out that you have a role to play in this thing we are talking about to minimize frustration for our people, right? So you have a role to play. Reach out to me, send me a DM, or reach out to my team in Joy Momentum, but this is under my brand. So I'm not committing of course, if anybody then, of course, from my work, you would then want to be a part of what we're doing, Joy Momentum, by all means. But this is a solution that I have put together for churches across the UK, cultural organizations and charities, or community interest groups. Okay, these sessions will focus on career empowerment, business support, whether it is to ideate, or whether it is to start a business or to set up a business, or whether to support your business. And also we focus on things like CV. There'll be CV clinic. I'll do CV clinic, not just me. Putting together a few of my friends to support me. We're doing this at no cost, as long as your church is able to facilitate it. So just tell us, I mean, you have to make a booking. Tell us when you want us to come, when you're going to be able to pull your people together, and we'll work with you, and we'll deliver this training and this material, everything to you at zero cost, no cost at all. This is how we want to help our people. We want to lift people. We want to help people to open up their minds and remove or reduce frustration. Reduce frustration. So, like I said, that is, if you know a church, or you're a member of a church, or you are listening to me, go and tell your church leader, or go and tell your pastor. Let them reach out to me. And I'm saying this here: if you are somebody that you want to partner with me on this initiative as well, please, by all means, reach out to me. I'm looking for more people to join me. There's a pro bono work. There's no, so you still be careful what you be ready to do the work. It's free. This is just one of the ways I want to start giving more back to the community. Okay. So yeah, if you're a member of a church, go and tell your pastor, or tell your imam, or tell your mosque, or in your charity, or wherever. Tell them that there is an initiative, and this is free of charge, and a lot of people can benefit from this. We are focusing mainly on entrepreneurship and career. Okay, entrepreneurship and career support. In the month of May, if you have not signed up for the product management mentorship program, this is happening in the month of May. So if you want to sign up, you need to go and subscribe to the Product Management Mastery Playbook. This is going for £299, right? £299. And for throughout the month of May, you'll be working with me, and we're going to be dealing with real life scenarios together on how to be an effective and an experienced and solid product manager. Okay, product management is a big deal. A lot of organizations are lacking when it comes to product management. They need someone that has the not just the business acumen, but also the technical ability and also the leadership quality that goes with it. So I'll be sharing a lot of this with you, and this is going to be happening, like I said, within the product management mastery playbook course. So if you want to be a part of this, all you have to do is to sign up to the product management mastery playbook course. In order to do that, you need to go to you need to go to the Growth Academy platform. If you see the ticker at the bottom of the screen, visit growthacademy.johnmomentum.co.uk, sign up for the Product Management Mastery Playbook course, and you'll be automatically invited into this mentorship program. It is £299, and the value you're going to get out of it is honestly immense. So looking forward to that. In fact, I opened up 10 slots for female entrepreneurs and aspiring business owners in Africa or Nigeria specifically. These slots are filled now; they are gone. So, in fact, we are oversubscribed. But I'm deliberately saying this again. If you are still interested and you want to still apply for this slot, without necessarily, maybe you don't want to pay. You have to be based in Nigeria, and you have to have a business, or you have a business you are starting, or you already started a business, or you are working as a product manager or working towards becoming a product manager. So you need to be able to evidence that as well. So these people are going to join me in the month of May uh, on that mentorship program that I mentioned before. Yeah. So the 10 slots are already oversubscribed. In fact, I'm currently going through the list of people who have applied. People are over applied, and I need to, see the applications and select the best 10 out of the list. Another one is going to come up. In fact, I've received messages for Uganda. People from Uganda want to do this. They want me to do some work with them. So, guys, keep your eyes peeled. The next one is going to come up, and you can apply. But again, you don't have to wait to get this. You don't have to wait for this. You can just go ahead. If you can sponsor yourself to join, it's £299. Sign up for the product management mastery playbook course, and you'll be invited. Like this is it, yeah. So product management mastery playbook. Once you go to growthacademy.johnmomentum.co.uk, you will see this course and just enroll for it, and boom, you and I are going to be working together throughout the month of May. As I finish tonight, ladies and gentlemen, again, like I said, free career coaching session and business mentorship for churches, cultural groups across the UK is starting soon. So if you want to participate, or if your church is participating, or you want to volunteer to be a part of this initiative where we're going to be supporting churches and charities and cultural groups across the UK, please send me a DM, reach out to me, and we can make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, on this note, let's finish tonight. I hope you have found tonight's session useful. I have shared, for those who joined late, you have to go and catch up again. We have talked about some tips on how to avoid career frustration in the UK. We have talked about accents. What did you call it again? How to adjust your accent. We have talked about your name adaptation and a few. So just please, You can rewind and play back until I come your way again in another 2 weeks or maybe next week. I think we're trying to make this every week now. Hopefully, I'll be able to survive it. Enjoy the rest of your night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you again. Bye for now.